Hey, it's Cosmic Charles, and I'm back with another video. Just finished the league with my new and very much improved Poison Storm list. We went 5-0, and since updating this list, I've managed to play 3 leagues with it, and I went 5-0, 4-1, 5-0. So that's like, it's a small sample size, but in all 3 of those leagues, it felt quite strong. So for today's deck, I'm going to try and keep it around 10 minutes, but there's so much to talk about, so I'm just going to focus on the changes I made, why I'm running Merchant Scroll and the cards surrounding it, and my sideboarding. So we will start with the changes that I've made to the deck, starting with the land. So I'm running 3 Sandstone Needle and 1 Peatbog now. Now, the main reason for this is because Infectious Inquiry is not the best spell to cast like on turn 2 or earlier in the game. Usually you're trying to get you'd rather set up your mana before getting them affected. And the matchups where you wouldn't, well, those are actually good matchups anyway. So, I mean, better to be better prepared for the matchups that aren't as good where you want to set up more. And Sandstone Needle's better at doing that because you can filter mana Morphos off of it, which is usually very important in the early game to get your colored mana. Whereas if you have like peat bogs and islands or saps and scaries or swamps, your mana Morphoses are locked in your hand. The idea for this came after I played a league with like 2 Peat Bog, 2 Sandstone Needle, and I kept drawing double Peat Bog Swamp or like Peat Bog like Swamp, and I just wasn't able to do anything. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let's go 3 Sandstone Needle. And the other reason to be doing this, which is probably the better reason to be doing this, because that's actually kind of marginal, is because of the changes I've made to the sideboard, which are I'm now running 3 Pyroblast, so it's important to have red mana. And why Pyroblast is so good here is because you want to use your blue mana to cast your spells. So it's actually really nice to have an off-color protection spell, whereas Dispel kind of like stops you from casting more spells sometimes. Because, as I should have prefaced this video with, we are trying to maximize our chains. This is a chain maximizing list, as I should have said at the beginning, but I forgot. So let's take a look at the sideboard now. Now, I'd rather have 3 Dispel in here, but unfortunately there's just no room. And why did I cut down to 2 Dispel? Well, previously when I tried this before many years ago, or a few years ago, Affinity and Jeskai Ephemerate or whatever, or Jeskai Wildfire were like actually being played somewhat heavily. And they ran like Dispels and other blue spells, as well as Hydroblasts and also Pyroblasts. So bringing in your Pyroblasts against them wasn't very good because Pyroblast doesn't counter Pyroblast. And Hydroblast doesn't counter Dispel or like Counterspell or things like that. So it's like, oh, I'll just run 4 Dispel. But things have changed. Mostly what you're looking to counter are blue spells now, or red spells in terms of Pyroblast. So typically when you're bringing in like before when I was playing this deck with the 4 Dispel in there, I'm like, I'm bringing in the Dispels just for Pyro all the time. This should just be Hydroblast. It felt so bad against Burn and stuff, although I've yet to lose against Burn in the leagues. Even when I wasn't running the Hydroblast package, I was getting lucky with them not seeing their Pyros. So having 3 Hydroblasts really is going to help shore up the Burn matchup and just make it like still a good matchup post board when they bring in their 6 to 8 Pyros. Yes, and I'll continue to talk about the board now. So to do that, I had to cut down on Dispels. And also, unfortunately, I had to cut my Out Cold. While that is a very good card against Tolarian Terror, and Tolarian Terror is like a 10% of the meta, it's only one matchup, and Pyroblast is just more versatile. And for Out Cold to work, you had to have a strong hand. And sometimes you don't have the strong hand, and it's like, basically what I'm trying to say is Out Cold isn't as nimble. Well, yes, every time I've cast an Out Cold and was able to proliferate, I won against them because it's so strong. Pyroblast is more nimble and more usable in a greater variety of situations. So I decided to go with the 3rd Pyroblast, which let me go down another Dispel, which allowed me to go up to 3 Hydro. So that is how I was able to fit in my Hydroblast, plus some other things I did, which I don't, because there was 1 Dispel, then, because I managed to get rid of 2 Dispels for 2 Hydroblasts, and the 3rd Hydroblast, yeah, that's right. I was running 2 Shred Memory for graveyard decks, like pretty much Spy, but Spy is only 2% of the meta. It felt really bad having like 2 of them in here, And the same thing with like Serene Heart. Like Bogles is like hardly ever like is even lower percentage of the meta. Although you do see it more in leagues, it just doesn't like win all that often. I also consider Mono White Heroic to be Bogles. So it's nice having like these two one-ofs for those situations because Shred Memory can just get your Serene Heart or your Moment's Peace like in those situations, or it can just be transmuted for like an action card if you want to take out your Weather the Storms and your Snaps. Or it can just be a Grave Hate card. It's only one, but one is better than none. So it's kind of there on the off chance, and it did come up where I drew it against Spy, and it would have won had I actually managed to play it. Unfortunately, I was planning on snapping back their creature, and so I was thinking, oh, so while the trigger's on the stack, snap it back. And I was thinking Shred Memory needs to do it while it's on the stack. I'm like, oh, but it can't because there's no cards in the graveyard. So I conceded like a moron. So I had the win. I don't know. I've been fighting this cold. Um, I was pretty sick for most of this league, but fortunately, I'm almost better now. Yeah, so we're running Moment's Peace instead of Tangle. I was really big on Tangle, but I realized why you shouldn't run Tangle, and that's because your fog effects are there for like Bogles and such, and Mono White Heroic has tons of vigilance. So while Moment's Peace isn't as good as Tangle in the deck because you have to like leave open the flashback mana, so it's not as tempo-y, it's still very good. Breath Weapon, we knew got this sweet old bordered, so I sold my, most of my other ones, three of my other ones, or two, I forget how many, to get three of these old border ones, because I just like how that looks more. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. Not as viable, because there's not as many like weenie strategies going on, and a lot of them run Prismatic Strand, so I think three is the right number. And not to mention, against like Red Rally, or the other like burn decks where you would want Breath Weapon, Hydroblast should also come in. So there's that going on there too. I was running Scattershot, but it just wasn't reliable enough as a field wipe card. So Breath Weapon staying in. One thing for Spy specifically, and why I'm only running one Graveyard Hate for it, is one of my plans is to use Breath Weapon plus Teach by example, or just have double Breath Weapon to wipe their board, or potentially just kind of lean into the Weather the Storm to try to like make them have to like do it twice, which might buy you 1 or 2 turns before they can get 6 creatures on the board. All right, I think that covers the sideboarding strategy. Shred Memories here. I'll say it again to grab because it means that I can run Serene Heart as a 1-of and still have like a 2-of access to it in the Shred Memory. And also because this can be used as to grab any one of our like 2 mana spells and matchups where you want to take out Weather the Storm. And it also comes out from Merchant Scroll pretty easily, so it's a pretty nice sideboarding thing. I spent a lot of time elephanting this in my head, although I still like to do different things. Anyway, on to the changes in the main deck. So I began with explaining why I'm running 3 Sandstone Needle, and now I'm going to go for the other change, which is that I have cut Lorien Revealed. So I am maximizing chaining in this deck. So I cut Everflowing Chalice for that reason, because it wasn't very good on the chain, although it was very good for ramping you. It just wasn't good if you draw mid-chain. And for the same reason, for that same reason, I cut Lorien Revealed. So pretty much Focus of the Mind is here instead of Lorien Revealed, although I guess technically it was Steady Progress, but really it's Focus of the Mind. So Focus of the Mind cost pretty much exclusively 2 and 1 blue, which is a lot better than 3 and 2 blue, which means you can cast this to draw through 3 cards and continue chaining. It's also an instant, which allows you to have on your opponent's turn shenanigans. While playing this league, one of the earlier times when I was playing this, trying to like get back into shape, I noticed that a lot of the time I was just simply not able to find enough proliferation. So that is why I'm running to Steady Progress. Although you can take this out because it's not really the best early game proliferation spell. It's kind of in between early and mid, unless you have like, even if with the Pentad Prisons, because you have to tap 3 for it initially, which means in the face of counter magic, it's not that great. You usually have to do it on their turn in order to like get them to not counter it and like waste your turn. That's why I don't really like Steady Progress. But you know, any harbor in a storm, which, you know, is, I guess, a pun intended there, though not initially. I didn't intend it that way initially when I thought of. Anyway, so now we're running 14 early-ish proliferation spells, 4 Vivid Surgeon's Insight, bringing us up to 18 proliferation spells. 5 initial effect things with Prologue and Infectious Inquiry, which gets us up to 23. And then Teach by Example and Merchant Scroll puts us to 23 to 26 poison / proliferation spells. So that is a lot, and that's been like feeling very strong. So I'm gonna get on the Merchant Scroll now, and and hopefully I haven't been talking for too long. So Merchant Scroll is great in this deck. It should only have been a one of. Initially, I was trying to when I first started building this deck, I was thinking, oh, I can cut Infectious Inquiry and just have all the Merchant Scrolls. You need more card draw, so. Yeah, Merchant Scroll is kind of good with Storm because it gets you another spell to cast if you don't have very many spells in your hand. So that's like one upside of it, being a tutor. But really why it's here is because it's how versatile it is. It can be a draw 3 with Focus the Mind. And also it reduces Focus the Mind, which means that you can just draw it and it's like a 5-mana draw 3. It can be a proliferation spell with Experimental Augury or with Steady Progress. It can be a snap for a removal spell. And most importantly, and the main reason why it's in here is because you don't really want to run more than one Prologue to Phyresis because like four initial poison things just doesn't feel like enough. So that's why most lists run Prologue. No, I run the 5th Prologue because I can get it with Merchant Scroll, which puts me up to 6 initial poison cards, which is very sweet. The main reason why Merchant Scroll is in the deck. And that's why I actually have Teach by Example, because I was always looking for like a good card to go with Merchant Scroll. Previously, I was running Tolarian Winds long ago, but Teach by Example is just a better card. And that's another reason to be running 3 Sandstone Needle, because you can go 2 red for Teach by Example. So it can also be a copy card. So like basically Merchant Scroll just does it all. It should still only be a one of because it does dilute your deck when you cast it, and it is kind of like, and it does make everything more expensive. So Focus the Mind is very good in this deck because you have Manamorphose, you have Snap, you have Pentat Prism, you have so many cheap spells to go through it, and it works so well with Teach by Example. You go Teach by Example on your opponent's end step into Focus Mind, you're drawing 6 cards, baby. That's like, that's sweet. Unless they counter them, maybe you can resolve some things. Anyway, I believe that is everything I want to talk about. I've been super happy with this deck's performance. One other thing I want to talk about. So I know you're looking at this like, oh, you're only running 6 draw 3s because of like you've got the Lorne revealed. That's not true. We're running 6 to 9 draw 3s, and that's because Teach by Example can be a draw 3 when you copy your Focus in Mind or your Vivid Surgeon's Insight, and Merchant Scroll can tutor for a draw 3. So instead of looking at this like 6 draw 3s, you should look at this as 6 to 9 draw 3s. Yeah. Anyway, that basically sums up the deck tech. We will get into now we'll go into the league. Again, I recorded this after I finished the league, and we did 5-0. It was a little touch and go at the end there because I was F6ing, and, well, no spoilers. All right, so hope you enjoy the 5-0 league, and just over 10 minutes, but, oh well. Okay, enjoy the league. Hey, it's Cosmic Charles. Oh, wait. I haven't filmed the introduction. I'm going to film it after this league, because the last time I tried to do it before, it's like an 18-minute introduction. But we are waiting for our first match. It's been a little bit since I've been able to record, because I got this cold. You know what? We'll keep this. It's a lot of lands. Not very much on the card draw. But lands are important. So we're hoping to draw some decent card draw here. I think I should... Okay, it's Elves. Not a very good hand right now for Elves. But we do have Snap. So that means we should lead with Sappers and Scary, I suppose. Yeah, I guess we'll still lead with Sappers and Scary, though I would like to Peep Bog. We'll still lead with Scary. We'll go Scary, then Peep Bog. If we have to Snap, we'll Snap. In fact, I could go Peep Bog. No, I would lose my land if I did that. So, never mind. So we're looking to do something on turn 3 from the looks of it. We're going to snap back something. Oh, did this person mulligan? Oh, yeah, they did. They mulliganed to 5, so that's good for us. I will consider Experimental Auguring on their end step. I don't know if I want to, though. I think I might want to save that. Right, what do they reveal? Yeah, I think I will save that. Because I can just go, so we're going to snap back their Timber Watch Elf next turn. Because I think what we want is to go Infectious Inquiry plus Forest Proliferate. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want to do. All right, so that might be wrong because card velocity is important. So black, black, blue, Infectious Inquiry. Play the Forest. And then we'll just go Experimental Augury, I suppose. Augury. And we'll grab the Vivid Surgeon's Insight. Any order, and we'll proliferate here and here and here, and we'll get rid of the Weather the Storm. Yeah, we'll discard a Weather the Storm here. We already have one, and I'm just going to snap back their Timber Watch Elf here, so I should have some time to build up a decent storm count. Oh, sorry, I'm trying not to breathe too much so I don't, make that horrible sound. So I'll play the Sandstone Needle. I'll tap and tap. Then I'll go snap using a blue and a black to return their Timber Watch Elf. And we'll untap a Sandstone Needle, and we'll untap a Sappers and Scary. And we'll go green. Wait, let me count. 3, yeah, so we have to go Thirsting Roots here if you want to cast this Vivid Surgeon's Insight, which I believe we do. Proliferate. Targeting here, 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 and here. And done. And now we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have one floating. I guess I'll leave a blue floating. Not that it matters. And Vivid Surgeon's Insight. That Pentad Prism was a great draw. That will let us have a massive Weather the Storm and potentially fight through or be able to survive a like a really large Timber Watch Elf. And done. They're at 4. Or potentially even kill them next turn if we can chain really well. Of course, we would probably need to hit... Oh, what's it called? Another Pentad Prism. All right, so they're going to go Lizalana. Now, the problem here is that they might be able to force through a large enough Weather because they have double Korean Ranger. So the fact that we have double Weather the Storm might actually be a very good thing here. Wait, yeah, they should have enough to cast a Timber Watch Elf still, right? Yeah. They have 2. They have 2. No, I guess they don't. That's really strange. Why wouldn't they? Okay, I'm surprised they didn't, but anyway. We're probably going to double Weather here. So I'm going to go Pentad Prism using the black and the red. Okay, Pentad Prism. And I'm going to lead on the Metamorphose, filtering red, black for green, blue. I will play the Sandstone Needle, even though it's a less desirable land, because they could get our Pentad Prism here. All right, so I'm going to take the Contentious Plan because it's cheaper. Any order. And then I'm going to proliferate here, 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 and here. Putting counters on all of our permanents. Then I'm going to go for another Contentious Plan. Using the green, I guess, doesn't really matter. Go here, 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 here. We are 2 away from killing them from what we have in hand. So we need... So we have 5 mana. That's enough for me to go Infectious Inquiry here. But I won't because I want to leave counters on my Pentad Prism. So instead, I'm just going to go Steady Progress and Weather. And I don't believe they have any way of giving haste, so we should be fine. So Steady Progress. Proliferate you up to 7. Boom, 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 boom. And then done, draw. And that's another Weather, but I'm going to hold that. I mean, not Weather. That's another Pentad Prism. I'm going to hold that for filtering rather than deading it for life. Because I'm not too concerned right now. What I am concerned about is not drawing any card draw, or rather more proliferation effects. We're still 2 away. And they're going to have a massive attack next turn with their Timber Watch Elf. Because right now that's almost more than 30 damage is like going to be an incredible amount of damage. So we're going to need to try and kill them next turn. This weather probably won't gain us enough life. So we're going to have to hope to hit off of this Infectress and create our draw step. Not very good for our draw step. So we're going to go use the black and red. Okay, so we hit a draw 3, so that's really good. We're going to go Metamorphose first. Red, black. We're going to go blue and green. Okay, island not the best. We're going to go this, and this. Draw 3. I believe that does it. Yeah, that does it. Okay, discard this here. We're going to play the island. Doesn't really matter. We're going to go this. We're going to go, yeah, we have 5 exactly. So we're going to teach by example. Going blue, blue. Move the last counter. Black. Infectus and Cree for lethal. All right, so we got there. Game 1 against Elves. Game 2 gets better. All right, there we go. Game 2 gets better because we get a lot more interaction against them. So hopefully I can think well because I don't really do sideboard guiding that much. I forget what I was doing for against Elves. I really liked my elf. I really like my elf matchup though. I just don't remember. So I'm going to bring in 3 breath weapon. Then I'm going to think about what it is that I do again. Because I like teach by example. I like everything, but I know I need breath weapon. I could get rid of steady progress because it is like kind of like our worst proliferation spell. I'm definitely not getting rid of snap. I think I can shave 1 teach by example and shave 1 steady progress. And now I need to, and I guess I can cut the merchant scroll because it's kind of slow, although it does get snap for if I need a snap to bounce back something like a Timberwatch elf. I don't want to cut down too low on my card draw. I could also cut a weather, which I think I will do, just because they can go over the top of a weather so easily. So I guess I'll just do a shave like this. I don't think this is what I was doing before, but I do like it. I want to leave the merchant scroll in, because you can also like get our initial poison, which is important. So 1 teach should be fine. 1 steady progress. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think previously I was getting rid of 2 steady progress. So maybe that's what I should be doing here. And leaving in the teach by example. Yeah, I guess I can do that. But no, I'll play it safe. We need proliferation effects. Of course, we also need card draw effects. Like in that situation, that game, drawing a steady progress instead of a teach by example we would have lost because we would not be able to cast both. Well, actually, we wouldn't have because Experimental Augury was on the top of our deck. But all right, we'll keep this. It has the breath weapon and it has an Experimental Augury to dig for land. Any green or red land will let us cast our breath weapon because we have the Metamorphose to filter green to red. Okay, 2nd breath weapon. That's pretty good. Our opponent on a slow start. Our opponent is on a slow start. Hopefully I'm recording audio. I am. Good. Good. Okay, they go. Okay, so that's unfortunate. I would love to have... Well, I guess snap won't really work here unless I draw another land. Well, you know, sometimes you just have everything. So, well, not everything, because we don't have snap. But I'm going to go Experimental Augury. Let's see what I get here. We'll take the Pentad Prism. It is weak to their dude that, like their Changeling. I forgot the name of it. Mass Vandal. It is weak to Mass Vandal, so we might consider holding it for a later turn. But we do need to have... We don't have 5 mana yet. So we will need to play it and go Experimental Augury into Breath Weapon in order to be able to do some things. Okay, we're just going to F6 here. They might have a Lizalana here. It looks like instead they have a big Hydra. No, it's a Winding Way. What do they reveal off their Winding Way? Nothing. Entourage of Trest. Well, I guess, the Monarch's good. That's an interesting conclusion. So we are still going to Breath Weapon. I think we can defeat 4 life a turn. Hopefully they don't have a Mass Vandal in hand. Wait, so if I cast this, that's 2 floating. That brings it up to 3. So I play this. I have 2 floating. I do that. That's 3. I need to dead the Prism. Right now they have a Timber Watch Elf. I don't know what they have in hand, so I should just cast this Breath Weapon. But I also really want to hit more lands. Like, what am I doing if I... Here's what I'll do. I'll play the problem is they have this. I really don't want... So it's risky, but I think I need to hit more mana here. If they do end up putting a big Hydra on here, that's bad, but maybe we can find a snap. And right now, I only really see a Timberwatch Elf. So I know Hydra is going to be bad, but I just need to hit more lands. I'm just not doing anything. If I Breath Weapon now, take 4 untap, Manamorphose, Experimental Augury, it just feels like I'll be too far behind. I want to progress my board state, so I am going to play this Pentad Prism, and then I am going to go Experimental Augury, and I'm going to grab... I could either grab this another Pentad Prism or this Infectious Inquiry. I'm going to grab the other Pentad Prism because I wanted to land, and Pentad Prisms like land. I know we're not really getting them infected, but I feel like we can control the board state. Also, I am going to need to hit a weather here. All right, so we have double Breath Weapon, which might be what I'll do next turn. If they try to destroy a Pentad Prism, I'm just going to go Breath Weapon. Hopefully they don't have the Hydra. This is the risk of me passing back. Okay, so there's Lizalana. So we're going to try and double Breath Weapon them next turn. And there's Timberwatch Elf, which we can do without losing our stuff. So we have 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so we're going to double Breath Weapon them next turn to clear the field. Another reason for doing the Pentad Prism play. Okay, they're doing more untapping. 9 mana. Hopefully this isn't a Hydra. This looks like a Hydra. No, it's a Generous Scent. Also bad for me, because they have the Monarchy. That's right, they're drawing tons of cards. So we're going to take some number. Okay, and they gain life for an inexplicable reason. And they swing in for 5. So we're down to 15. We're going to double Breath Weapon them. And I'm going to, maybe we can also play a Pentad Prism. No response. Okay, next turn. So if I play Pentad Prism here, I would have 1, 2, 3. I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd have to dead a Prism. So we're not going to. We're going to go this, this. Then we're going to get rid of this and this. That gives us 6. Which means that I can just go Breath Weapon, red, this, this, and Breath Weapon. And then pass the turn. We're going to go down to 10 here. F6. And now we're going to play this Sapphire's Scary. We're going to filter for blue-green with our Manamorphose. We are going to need to hit a weather fairly soon. We only have 3 in the deck, so we still might lose here. So blue and green. Experimental Augury. I will grab the Merchant Scroll because that gets snap. Grab Merchant Scroll, which can save our life. I could also get a Pentad Prism, this to try and dig even deeper. Because I'm going to go Pentad Prism. So wait, sorry. So if I get the Pentad, so that's 1, 2, 1, 2. So blue-green, leaving with 1 counter on that one, 1 counter on that one. I can go, that would mean I would have 3 Pentad Prisms next turn, which means all of my Vivisurgent Insight would be extremely cheap. I am going to grab the Pentad Prism again. Any order. We should be able to just find a snap or a weather pretty easily. So any order, proliferate, proliferate. I know I don't have them infected, but I'm just kind of playing the control game right now. And this just, I think, means that next turn we can have a huge turn. We can get, like, whatever we want. So Pentide Prism, green, blue, done. We might lose a Pentide Prism here. This is a risk. They have been drawing a lot of cards. And Pentide Prism, done. And now we'll pass a turn. Let's see if they have if they have 2 Mass Vandals, that's a huge problem. So I am playing into, like, double Mass Vandal beats. Oh, a Deglammer. I did not think they would run Deglammer. All right. So now we can go Contentious Plan, filtering with the red. Maybe I should have grabbed the snaps just to guarantee that I wouldn't be dead next turn, but I just feel like I have 3 snap in my deck and 3 weather. And I'm drawing a bunch of cards. I should be good here. Blue. Of course, I guess them killing my Pentide Prism kind of makes that bad, eh? We did hit a weather, so we're not dead. So this, and this. Done. We'll play a Hickory Woodlot, and we'll go blue-green with our Manamorphose, green, blue, and then blue, green. There's a Merchant Scroll, so we can get the snap next turn. Weather the Storm. We'll gain some life. Or we can just get them infected. I don't know. Probably get them infected. They have 5 mana now, so they're going to play Avenging Hunter. No, another Entourage of Trust. I wonder if they just don't want to buy Avenging Hunters, and this is like a budget deck or something. So I don't really want to get. Oh, I know what I want to get with Merchant Scroll. So do I have 9 mana available? That's 4, 8, 9. Yes, I do. So I'm going to grab a Teach by Example and teach this Vivid Surgeon's Insight, right? Yeah. So that is so that's 4, 9 mana I need for that. That's 4, 8, 9. Yeah, so this works. So Merchant Scroll. Grab the Teach by Example. Teach by Example. Red, red. Then I'm going to go blue and draw 6, proliferate twice. Again, they're not poisoned. I had the opportunity to poison them. I've chosen not to, but I have also shuffled my deck. So all those, okay, there's double weather. That's good. And we can finally get them infected next turn. Doop, done. And then, oh, and we draw the snap anyway. Awesome. Doop. Done. I'm going to remove this. I don't know if I want to play my mountain or my thing yet, and I don't want to count. So we're going to snap back their Generous Scent. They can probably cast it again, but whatever. So snap, untap Sapazin Scary, untap Hickory Woodlot. Then we're going to get them infected here. Black. Doop. Here, and here. Down to 10. And now I believe I do want to play the Hickory Woodlot. Let's see. That's me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't want to play the Hickory Woodlot. I know what? It doesn't matter. I can still wait. I have enough proliferation stuff. I don't really need to worry about losing the counter. We have a Breath Weapon, not what I want right here. I do want this Steady Progress, though. Right. Any order, then proliferate here, and here. Looks like our opponent is conceding because they are bored. All right, so yeah, they're conceding. Yeah, they got bored. I was taking a long time because I was, thinking about things. So sorry, opponent, for taking so long, but this deck takes a while. All right, so that was the first game of the league against Nelson. Anyway, so my plan is just to do like one of these a day because I'm super busy, and I'm kind of happy that was a fast one because I got a lot to do today. Maybe I can do another one later depending on how well I feel. All right, see you for match 2. Okie dokie, got paired faster than I thought we would, so I'm a little behind on my clock. That should be fine. Yeah, this is fine. I'll keep it. We have the Teach by Example plus Focus the Mind if we're lucky. Or Manamorphose into Focus the Mind if we're lucky. Alright, next turn. I'll play the Peepog in case we draw either Infectious Inquiry or, what's it called? Pentad Prism. So proliferate and proliferate. Done. We draw the Forest. So that means we can in fact go Manamorphose into Focus the Mind. Or we can simply, oh, no response, that's fine. Yes. We'll grab ourselves an island. Is that what we want here? Yeah. Just more blue mana. It would have been a forest if we had not drawn that forest. So now, I'm going to play the Scary. And I could consider... Actually, no, I can't because I played the Scary, but that's what I wanted to do anyway. Let's see what they do here. Do they make us get another island? They go... Oh, they're making us get a swamp, I see. Well, I'm going to use this mana to go Experimental Augury. And I might be able to use this shuffle if I see multiple things I want. Well, I mean, I didn't, so now I wish I did it beforehand, but that's okay. Proliferate, proliferate. Done. And I guess I'll just get the swamp here. No response. Yes. Grab the swamp. There we go. Making sure I'm recording. I already know I am. I'm just a little paranoid about that. They are doing a good job of cutting us off of mana, though. Now I wonder if I should go for the Manamorphose play or the draw 6 cards play. Probably the draw 6 cards play. If I had to. Okay, so there's the Pentad Prism. So that's very good. So I think what I'll do is I'll just play the Pentad Prism and draw 3 cards. Because I can go Teach by Example into Vivisurgence next turn, I think. Or if not next turn, very soon. So Pentad Prism. Now they could have main deck, not Collector Oof, but like the Pauper Collector Oof, which isn't nearly as good. Oh, so we have to discard. So it's either the Merchant Scroll or the Manamorphose. I have all like the mana I need, different colors, so I'm just going to discard the Manamorphose here. And then I'll pass the turn. Okay, now then, what do they want to do? They continually are going after my lands, eh? Not interested in ramping themselves. Maybe they have a way of doing things. And there's that. So what do I discard here? I'm guessing the Merchant Scroll. So discard Merchant Scroll. Then we're going to go Infectious Inquiry into... Oh, another one, eh? All right, well, goodbye Teach by Example. So either Teach by Example or Vivisurgence Insight. I'm leaning towards Teach by Example. All right, so we drew a Weather the Storm. So we're going to go this, and we're going to go Infectious Inquiry. Draw 2 more cards. We'll play our Sandstone Needle. Now I'm kind of wishing I didn't discard that Teach by Example, but you know, we didn't have that many lands. We have another Teach by Example as well. So we have a lot of Vivisurgence Insight already. However, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am very tempted to taking this Thirsting Roots, but I'm just going to take another Vivisurgence Insight here. I'm not all that worried about their about 4 damage right now, and we should be able to draw into more stuff. Going into 14, even with 1 Writhing Chrysalis, I think we should be fine. There's a Writhing Chrysalis. And we're going to play this Hickory Woodlot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. We'll go Vivisurgence Insight, draw 3 cards. And boop. Boop, boop. And boop. So next turn, we're going to attempt to... so that's 4, 8 damage. So 8 damage would put me down to 6, so I think I'm still fine. I have double weather in hand, so I feel fine. I'm going to save this Focus of mine because it's one of our cheaper spells. What are they doing here? They're doing that. Maybe I shouldn't F6 because I might want to like spin off a Weather the Storm if they try and destroy my Pentad Prism. All right, they go Lambas, leaving their green open. So that might mean that they are trying to dig for their not collector, oof, the other thing. The thing that exiles an artifact. So down to 6, so we're going to need to do some weathering next turn. They're at 3 poison. This is a good matchup for us, by the way. And of note, having all of these having a lower cost curve has been helping a lot here. Yes, we've seen all 4 of our Vivisearcher's Insights, but we have, which means we have no more like 5-drops in the deck. That Manamorphose is great. So this tap everything. We're going Manamorphose. So Manamorphose, red, and I guess we'll use the black. And we'll just go blue here. Blue and blue. And I could use I guess I'll just lead on this Vivisearcher's Insight using the red, green, and blue. Okay, that was very good, hitting that second Pentad Prism. Now we can make a massive Storm Cannon, or we may even just be able to kill them. Now we can go, I'm going to Manamorphose first, so green, blue, and green, blue, and Pentad Prism, green, blue. I maybe should have, I'm going to play this mountain. I don't know if I really need to, but I have a lot of lands already. So this, and we're going to go blue, and we'll study, no, we'll study progress. Study progress. Proliferate, 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 and proliferate. Done, draw a card. Thirsting Roots is a great pickup. Then blue and white, and experiment. I'm also glad that I drew that because it's not something I would typically select. So now we have an option of Thirsting Roots or Pentad Prism. I'm going to take the Thirsting Roots. So I don't have that much in terms of proliferation here. So Thirsting Roots, any order, proliferate, and I'm going to stop proliferating on my lands. 4 is enough. All right, done. Then green, Thirsting Roots, cast, proliferate. Here, here, and here. Done. And then remove another forest. We're going to go another Thirsting Roots, cast, and proliferate, cast. This brings them up to 8, so we could kill them this turn. I think they're going to have Artifact Destruction next turn. They're going hard against our depletion lands, I've noticed. So we can make 5 here. Blue, 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 blue. 4 left, 6 left. Oh, so they are just dead to our Vivisearcher's Insight, unless they have... okay, so now it doesn't matter if they have main deck Pyroblast, which I would highly doubt they have. Done. And then we can just finish them off with this Contentious Plan and Contentious Plan. Do you have main deck Pyroblast? Or are you just conceding? Looks like they are conceding. All right, so this is a matchup that probably brings in Pyroblast, and they also are really big into wildfiring our lands here, so I'm actually pretty into this triple Hydroblast play. Snap is decent. It makes mana. They don't have that many creatures, but they could also bring in the Gixian Infiltrator, which is something I'm not all that interested in seeing out of them. Going down on weather is dangerous, but it is something I'm looking to do here. So I think I can maybe cut one. So what do I cut here? It's going to be probably 1 Steady Progress. I could cut a Merchant Scroll, but I like. I guess I can cut the Merchant Scroll perhaps. No, yeah, I've cut the Merchant Scroll, although that can be anything. It could just be. I like Snap because if they do have the Chrysalids, it slows them down so much. And I should probably cut 1 weather and just leave in the 3rd Snap for protection. And you know what? I am going to cut 1 Teach by Example, and I'm going to bring in a Merchant Scroll. And I'll bring the Merchant Scroll back in because it can get the Hydroblast for protection. And I feel like that is good. All dandy wandy. All right, and submit. I don't really want to cut these snaps because I'm afraid of them getting an early Gixian Infiltrator start. And snap is a good way of dealing with Gixian Infiltrator. So we're going to keep this as double Hydroblast, which is not the best on the play, because they can just go, boom, get your scary, we get an island, then we can't do anything. But you know what? It is what it are. Okay, so we could leave open the Sappers and Scary to protect, but I just want to dig for another land here. Please have a land on top. Uh-oh. Not good. Very bad. Very bad. Danger. All right. Any order and proliferate. We missed. So now their whatever it's called is going to be a problem. We'll discard one of these weathers. We cannot discard the second weather. So if they make us discard now, so they're going to go out. They're going after. Okay, well, that would have been a good situation in which to Cleansing Wildfire me, but I don't know. I guess they really needed the lands. This is very not good. We really need to... So I could play Pentad Prism, sacrifice it, get myself an island, but that doesn't do very much, or a forest. I'm just going to go Contentious Plan. I hope there's a land on top of my library. Done. Draw. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and pass the turn. So now we're in much better shape. They might Cleansing Wildfire us this turn. If they go Writhing Chrysalis, I don't think I'll snap it yet. I'll snap it a little later. Although, yield to all. Because I want them to use those Eldrazi spawns. So now I'm going to go Pentad Prism. And Contentious Plan, leave open double Hydro. So Pentad, now this doesn't protect against their not Collector Oof. I keep forgetting the name of that card. And I'm going to go Contentious Plan, right? Yeah, Contentious Plan. And proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. We have Hydroblast for any red. Oh man, that wasn't good. So we really need to hit a whatever it's called. There's a Gixian Infiltrator I was worried about. So we're going to be snapping probably the Gixian Infiltrator here. And we will probably do it on their end step to take advantage of the whatever spells they're casting for a weather. No response. No response. I'm more inclined to snap their Gixian Infiltrator than their Writhing Chrysalis, even though the Writhing Chrysalis deals more damage. And also, maybe I don't snap because they have double red open. Okay, no response, and that would mean I would need to dead my Prism. No response. Bottom the Thirsting Roots. Another one, eh? No response. We'll bottom one of our Hydroblasts now, I guess. Because I've already discarded one of these weathers. Because we could go snap, bounce back your Gixian Infiltrator. We're going to go weather this turn, gain some life, because we're in a bit of trouble here. I'm discarding one of these Hydroblasts. And there's that. Great. So we get to getting a bunch of life this turn. So blue and white. And we're going to snap back your Gixian Infiltrator. Snap back Gixian. Oh no. This is bad because now I'm going to have to sacrifice my sacrifice something if I want to proliferate. But I still think it's worth going double weather here. Weather. Weather. We'll lose our Pentad Prism, but I think it's worth it for the life. We'll just play a Hickory Woodlot here. All right, they play their Gixian Infiltrator again. We're not going to like cast anything here, so it's fine. Another Refurbished Familiar? Okay, no, good. They put a +1 counter revealing Volta. No +1 counter because of Volta Whispers. And they get in for H. We can go Proliferate first. Cast, because I don't want to lose anything. Proliferate. Here, 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 and here. And then done. Then we're going to remove 1 blue from our Pentad Prism. And we're going to Pharaisize them. And we'll just play another Sappers and Scary. So we're in a bit of trouble. We need to hit... We have a somewhat decent life buffer, but they're like Gixian Infiltrator is going to get very large. And while they're infected, we haven't hit like hardly any good draw here. I'm not going to Hydroblast their Cleansing Wildfire. Yeah, that's another Writhing Chrysalis. Yeah, we didn't really see any of our like great card draw besides Experimental Augury, which I don't think hit any card draw. Or if we did, we couldn't really have taken it. And all of our weathers are in the graveyard. So if we want to win, we need to chain. Which means turn off auto yields. It wasn't fast enough. Yes. I still think the Hydroblast is... yeah, this is fine. We're down, puts us down 1 mana. Okay, to kill air blockers, we take a lot. Let's see if we're dead next turn. We might be. Why is it? Okay, we might be dead next turn. We're not dead next turn, I don't think. We will get another turn. So that's good. We can go this. Experimental Augury. That snap is awful tempting, but we need a card draw. So I'm going to take the Infectious Inquiry here. Let me just count. So that is going to be 9, or we'll say 8, 12, 14, 16, 22. Yeah, so we should be fine getting this Infectious Inquiry. We just need more cards in hand. Any order. Proliferate, 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 proliferate. And done. Then we're going to go that. And we're going to go black. We're going to go Infectious Inquiry. And Focus the Mind was a good draw here. And Focus the Mind. And we drew a Snap too, which is also good. So we'll just discard this Swamp. But, I mean, it'd be much better if we had, things to do, which we don't, because we have like double Hydroblast in hand, Snap, and Thirsting Roots, all of which aren't actual things. Yeah, I think I value the Pentad Prism more. Yeah, I value the Pentad Prism more, particularly because we can get an island here, so island. Opponent is probably going to win this one, though. So 34, I think we're okay. I like the fact that I left in Snap. I also like the fact that I left in this. Hydroblast has been doing nothing. Of course, I have an F6ing through all of their Cleansing Wildfires, but it's... yes. And we'll grab a mountain. So they are going heavy on the wildfire plan. We're probably not going to be able to do it because we need to have like multiple things. Yeah, this would be good if we had card draw, but we do not have card draw in our hand. We have no card draw. So we'll move on to game 3. It's better when we're on the play. Of note, this player is playing like they did not bring in Pyroblast against us. So maybe I shouldn't be running Hydroblast because it just puts us up less on card draw. But I feel like they'll bring that this is a deck that runs Pyroblast, and they just didn't see it. So I'm gonna resubmit. Also, they're like so hard on like Cleansing Wildfiring our lands that I should probably leave open Hydro to protect. Yes. Yeah, we'll keep this. We can get a swamp or an island with our Thirsting Roots and go into a Pentad Prism, play Hickory Woodlot, then Infectious Inquiry, and then hope to draw into some proliferation. Double Pentad Prism is also pretty good. They could have interaction for us, but that's fine. Again, this is a good matchup for us. We just drew pretty poorly. Our opponent, okay, triple Pentad Prism is pretty good too. I think they drew pretty well. If they refurb us, we have to discard a Pentad Prism. Okay, they're just cleansing Wildfiring. Not going after our lands with the first one, at least. Okay, there's a scary, so I'm just going to play that. And then pass the turn. We will still discard a Pentad Prism if they make us discard. We're going to go Prism, 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 Thirsting Roots, and then Infectious Inquiry. Okay, double Gixian. So we need to be quick here, but luckily we have a very quick hand. So Pentad Prism, done. Pentad Prism, done. And then another blue for another Pentad Prism. And then done. And I'm going to use the Thirsting Roots to proliferate here, because it's basically a dark ritual. And then proliferate, cast. 1, 2, 3, here. This would be a good turn to draw Weather the Storm as well. And then done. I don't think they can kill us from 18. I'm going to go black, white, and then white. I'm going to go Infectious Inquiry. Oh, another Thirsting Roots. That was huge. I'm going to go... should I play the island? I won't play the island yet. Island, and then Plains, and then I'm going to go Contentious Plan. You might just actually be able to kill them on turn 4 here. Since changing the deck, I've actually been getting more turn 4s because I just have more ways of chaining. And then done, draw a card. I mean, we'd be very lucky to be able to do that. Hydroblast not looking too good right here. We're going to go green, cast Thirsting Roots again and proliferate. Cast, proliferate, here, and then here, 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 here. We have to hope not to flood out here. That is our problem. Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm not too happy about seeing that Hydroblast. So let's see. Do I need to play this island? Blue, blue, blue. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Blue, and I could play it just to keep more counters on my prisms. But I'd rather not, because I might want to leave open this Hydroblast anyway. So if a Surgeon's Insight, draw 3. And we drew into the weather, so that's great. And another Thirsting Roots, which is also great. And then done. Then we're going to remove a green. And I'm going to go proliferate. Here, proliferate. I guess I don't want to play the island yet. But I don't need to, actually, because I can go this, blue. No, Manamorphose, green, blue. Green, blue. And then green, blue. There's an Infectious Inquiry, another great draw. Cast, and we will go proliferate. Cast. Put them up to 5 in poison counter. Here, here, here. And then here. We don't really need to do this on our lands, but so whatever. Done. And I guess I will play the... So I need 5, so that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is good. So we will play the island. We will go black into Infectious Inquiry, drawing 2 more cards. We do another Pentad Prism. We're not going to play that one because we'd have to dead it, so I'm just going to go green and white and Weather the Storm to game. 36 life. Problem is we're out of action. I don't think I will Hydroblast a Cleansing Wildfire on our lands, because if they do run Pyroblast, we want this. We'll discard we'll probably discard the 4th, no, we won't discard the 4th Pentad Prism. We'll discard the Sandstone Needle if they make us discard. Okay, they make their things 3 odds. Always yield. No response. And they swing in. We'll just F6 here. Nice, that was a good draw. Now maybe we'll play the Pentad Prism because, you know, why not? Pentad Prism, number 4. Then we'll tap this to go Experimental Augury. Let's see if they have the Pyro. Yeah, they do. We have the Hydro. Pyroblast, cast. Counter target spell if it's red. We were telegraphing that because you weren't F6'd. No response. We'll take the Infectious Inquiry. Any order. Proliferate here, 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 here. I guess we don't need to do our lands. Okay, and done. Not going to play the Sandstone Needle. Black. Inquiry. That's another Experiment Augury, so maybe we can get it done right here, right now. Augury. No! We whiffed. Hydroblast is really tempting to take because I would like to protect my things, but Weather the Storm gives us more. I'm going to take the Weather the Storm. Any order. Proliferate here. It just means that, like, maybe they might be able to get us with any more Pyros that they might have in hand. Done. We'll play Scary. But I think gaining more life is a good thing in this spot, so Weather the Storm. Because we're not guaranteed to actually draw anything, and they're not guaranteed to have a Pyroblast. Yeah, and plus they tap out for a Writhing Chrysalis here. Because they know we don't have anything in hand. Wonder if this is no, not a Duress. They're at 9. So Teach by Example would be horrible in this spot. We have 1 in the deck. We need any proliferation. Merchant Scroll would be good. Lots of good hits. We have a bad hit in that Teach by Example, which doesn't do anything anymore. Let's see. They come in for 10. So we have a little bit of time here. And they're dead. All right. Excellent. So we are now 2 and 0. All right. Proliferate here. Done. Okay, 2 and 0 for this, starting off this Pauper League. Feeling pretty good. 2 good matchups. By the way, I think that this, the meta right now is particularly good for Poison Storm. Like, I really only see one bad matchup, and that's U-Terror. Okay, return to details. So, that was the second game of the day today. I don't think I'm going to have time to do another one. But it's looking like I might be actually able to get this league done in a timely fashion, so that's sweet. All right, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you for match 3. Okay, and we're waiting for match 3. This is later in the evening today. I feel like I can probably focus enough to get to play this competently enough to, you know, not potentially jeopardize losing. And I'd realized that I should not have been cutting my Teach by Examples for the Hydroblast, specifically because I meant that, like, I was going down on things, and maybe I should have just brought in 2 Hydroblast, or potentially just getting rid of both at steady progress for that previous match against that Jund Wildire. All right, and we are paired against Taganaxos. I don't know what they play. I like this hand, though. We're keeping it. Lots of lands, lots of proliferation. Hopefully this isn't a U-Terror player, because that's a freaking matchup. Or, you know what? Maybe they're Spy. Spy's also a bad matchup. Is this not all that played? It's just over 2% of the meta. All right, so this is Terror. Oh, well. Okay, so I'll play the Hickory Woodlot here. Then I'll yield to my next end step. If they tap out, then I will tap my Sappers and Scary. They don't tap out. They just pass. That's fine. I'll play another... yeah, I'll play another Hickory Woodlot. Okay, though that probably should have been Sandstone Needle, I'm realizing, because of Chalice. Not Chalice. It's not called Chalice, it's called Pentad Prism. I might do something on their next end step. I don't know what's happening, why they're just playing islands. But I'm fine just making land drops. I'll probably do something on their next end step. Oh, what's this? Deep Analysis. Alright, well, before they draw, I'm going to try and shoot off a couple auguries here. So I like this Teach by Example. We'll take that. Any order. And if we're looking for some way of getting black mana for our Infectious Inquiry. Done. I'll play another Experimental Augury. Thirsting Roots gets us black mana. So we'll take that. Any order. Proliferate, 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 and proliferate. Done. So we might Teach by Example our thing. We might not too. We shall see. Next turn. They discard a Sleep of the Dead. So this is Terror. So we're going to go Thirsting Roots, cast. Search my library for a basic land card. Okay. Grab a swamp. Play the swamp. So if I go this, 1, 2, 3, that's enough for me to go Infectious Inquiry into Vivisurgeon's Insight. So I think that's what I'll do. So black, red, and green, Infectious Inquiry. And we'll follow that up with a Vivisurgeon's Insight. Proliferating here, 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 and here. We got to discard 2 cards, but I'm fine with that. We're going to be 1 weather, 1 island. Yes. Okay. Yeah, 1 weather, 1 island. Okay, F6. Discard island. Discard weather. Their turn. They go Brainstorm. This is like the second most popular deck in the format, which is not a good matchup for Poison Storm. I used to think it was okay, but I think that was just other times, you know? I'm probably going to try and go Teach by Example Experimental Augury on their end step. The problem is if that gets countered, that's not good for me, so I might wait for a better opening. Until they like maybe tap out for a Terror or something. Well, now they've tapped out pretty low. I might just go for it now. Alright, Teach by Example. Hopefully they don't have double Dispel. And we'll go for our Augury. They might be able to counter one of these. No response. I don't think they'll be able to counter both. I don't want that Pentad Prism. I want more card draw. So we'll take the Manamorphose. Any order. Proliferate. 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 And done. No response. We'll take that Vivisurgeon's Insight. Any order. I would have liked to have held that Teach by Example for Vivisurgeon's Insight, but I don't think it was worth waiting. And done. Okay. And pass the turn. So they have 6 mana, 5 things. There's 1 Cryptic Serpent. There is a Tolarian Terror, so they're coming in for 10. They have 2 open. Okay, they're at 4 poison. So we're going to tap, I guess, all of our mana here. Because why not? I mean, I guess, yeah, why not? We'll use it all. Probably. We're going to lead on a Manamorphose. using our red. So red, black. I'm going to go black and blue, draw a card. Not too bad. We're going to go this, using this and a red, proliferate. Here, 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 and here. Done, draw a card. That's a Focus the Mind. We have 4 and 9 mana, so I can cast this Focus the Mind. And if they counter it, I can resolve my other thing. Focus the Mind. Let's see what they do. Yeah, here comes the counter. All right. No response. I can now go... I have 6 mana, so I'm going to go Vivisurgent's Insight. Blue, green, green, and blue. Draw 3 more cards. And then proliferate, 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 proliferate. And I guess we'll just go for a weather here. Done. Play Island. Manamorphose. Green, blue. Green, blue. Manamorphose. Green, blue. Green, blue. And then we'll weather to gain 24 life. That'll give us a little bit of a buffer here. They flashback Deep Analysis. They Mental Note. And they have another one, so they can't counter both of our spells. We can get them to at least 8, I think, this turn. And we have 2 copies of Infectious Inquiry, which is great. So we'll go Pentad Prism. That's what we'll lead on. Okay. And then we can go blue. We'll just tap everything again. And I'll go Contentious Plan using the red. Put them up to 7. Proliferate, 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 proliferate. Done, draw a card. That's a snap. We'll snap back their Cryptic Serpent. This, and use a green. We'll untap this and this. We'll then go Thirsting Roots, cast Proliferate. Put him to 8 poison. I don't think they'll have enough to counter both of our inquiries here. I'll proliferate here too. Why not? Okay, done. And we'll tap again. And now we'll play one of the spells we don't want them to counter. We maybe should have led on this, because maybe they would have not countered it. Okay, well, maybe they just don't have counter spell. Thirsting Roots for the win. Looks like we got Thirsting Roots for the win. So we took game 1, which is important. They had a slow start. Maybe they thought I was on, what's it called? Ruby Storm. Anyway, one of the weaknesses of my 3 Pyroblast 2 Dispel board is that I'm very weak to Hydroblast. I like having Weather because it can buy me some time. It's not like the greatest. I'm not the biggest fan of Snap, although it is good against their like Cryptic Serpents. So maybe I should be leaving those in over something like a Steady Progress. But I like Steady Progress because they like to counter your proliferation spells. So having some extra one of those is pretty good. So my head, this is what I wanted to do. And I think I still agree with that. The reason why I'm cutting all my teaches is because it's just very weak to most of their counter magic. But I wouldn't mind leaving in 1. But I don't think it's worth, but I don't really want to go down to 3 weather. So I'll just submit, because weather can like buy you a turn, which can be enough to get there. But maybe I should have a snap instead. I don't want to leave in one snap. Okay, so we can't keep this mulligan. We can keep this. It's not very good, so we will. We're going to keep bottom the weather. It's just I don't want to go to 5. I doubt our Pentad Prism is going to resolve, though. All right, next turn. That was a good draw. Player Scary. So we'll probably go Swamp. Okay, they're doing that. We don't have Counter Magic available, so I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, we have Dispel now, so that's good. So we'll play our Forest, and we'll just tap for a Pentad Prism with Dispel available. Okay, done. Let's see if they go Dispel. They don't. Well, I mean, I guess I'll remove a charge counter and just get my proliferation off while I can with my Dispel mana floating. Okay. Done. And we'll pass the turn. All right, so did they Brainstorm? No, they Thought Scoured. So they might get the blind flip there. They run a lot of instants and sorceries. They don't. That's good for us. All right. We're going to play this Swamp here. We have Pyroblast and Dispel up. So we'll just move here. We're going to try and level up our Pentad Prism. Okay, they play another island. They have 4 available. So leveling up our Pentad Prism, maybe not the best, but we're going to do this and just use Steady Progress to get us a little further into our deck and level up. And yeah, level up our Prism a bit. Looks like their plan is I'm going to go all the way downtown with my Delver, which might work out for them. So now we have Infectious Inquiry. So I'm going to go Pentad Prism here, and if they counter it, they counter it. I don't think I'll fight. Yeah, so they didn't fight. So if I go this blue Infectious Inquiry, then I'll have 2 and 2, which means I'll have enough for both Dispel and Pyroblast. I guess I'll do it then. Black. Infectious Inquiry. This does put more like instants and sorceries in their graveyard, so maybe not. Dispel your counter spell. I'll pay their Force Spike for 1. No response. Yes. No response. No response. We draw 2. And we drew another Pyroblast. I will, which means we're very low on proliferation, unfortunately. Okay, what do they reveal? Thought Scour. Okay, they Thought Scour themselves. I don't think I want to Pyro this Insectile Aberration, yet at least. I think I want to hold these for, yeah, Terror. I am going to counter it, deading a Prism, because I have another Prism here. And if they counter back, I'll dead the second one too. Okay, they did not. That I don't actually have to dead a Prism for. I can just kill it with my Pentad Prism. That was a good hit. So Pentad Prism. Done. Green. We'll cast Proliferate. Now, I don't know if I'll have enough to also recast this Vivisurge's Insight, but maybe. Proliferate. So I will. So I'll have to dead 1 Prism, but I think I'm fine doing that just guaranteeing that I resolve this. We have a Surgeon's Insight here. And white, because it's my only card draw right now. Alright, so this, and this. Done. We'll play Peat Bog. Then we'll move one red here. And we'll kill that Cryptic Serpent. Okay, pass the turn back. They're still getting in with their... Oh, and another Cryptic Serpent. So they kept a creature-heavy hand. Maybe I should have waited longer on my... Yeah, I guess I should have waited before trying to go for it, because I just let them put a bunch of instants and sorcerers in their graveyard by attempting to Infectious Inquiry them. So they get through for 9. We still have Weathers in our deck. This is a spot where the card that I used to run would have been very good. So we can go this black. We'll go Contentious Plan. Proliferate. We need to hit a Weather here. We've already used, I think, all of our Pyroblasts. Uh-oh, that's not good. Green, Metamorphose, green, and I guess green here. We'll go green-blue. We'll see if they have a response. They do, so they have the Hydro, I think. Yeah, so we'll concede and move on to game 3. I should not have... Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have tried to go for it when I did. I should have just kept waiting rather than giving them the opportunity to like counter stuff and put stuff in the graveyard. Pyroblast seemed to work okay there, though. Yeah, I don't think I'll change anything. Yeah, I don't think I'll change anything. I'll just resubmit. Weather, by the way, wouldn't really have saved us there. We were, like, very far away from getting a lot of stuff. So I guess they're bringing in annuls. This is why they're waiting so long. Or maybe they just didn't hit. Or maybe they took out, like, their mill strategies. And so they thought, like, oh, I got to put my mill stuff back in. Yeah, we didn't hit too much card draw there. And we just kind of, like, fizzled out. I don't think I want to bring in Teach by Example still. Although that did really help game 1 with us, like, get there. What did we take out in terms of our card draw anyway? We only took out 2 Teach by Example. We should still have enough card draw to, like, draw through them. We should still have enough. I just don't want something that's really weak into Hydroblast, like, in the deck. I mean, Pyroblast is really weak to Hydroblast. When, like, something like Spell's stronger, like, we could go down to 3 Weather, but you do need to see it in a timely fashion in order to survive and hopefully, like, come back and kill them. But maybe that's not the play pattern I should be working towards. Not a very good hand, but we'll keep it. We do have Pyroblast, so that's good. Yeah, so not a very good hand. Maybe I should not have kept this on the back of Pyro, but we'll see. We do have, like, Thirsting Roots for getting our stuff, so I'm not, like, too concerned. And I guess I should have led on the Thirsting Roots. But if they Spell Pierce this, that's kind of fine. Grab an island. I just don't have very much card draw. I guess this wasn't really a good hand to keep. I just didn't want to mulligan. I think mulliganing is bad here. Next turn, play the island. We'll go for a Pentad Prism. Or another Thirsting Roots. They could have, like, I'll just go for a Pentad Prism here. Because if they go, like, a null plus, like, 2 1-mana things, that's what I'm concerned about. Okay, and they didn't. So we'll just pass the turn again. It's looking like it's a similar situation to last game where they have a bunch of counter magic in hand. I don't want to pyro this. And they're looking to fill their graveyard up. I don't think it's a good idea for me to, yeah, not a good idea. I'd have to deaden my prism if they respond. All right, then they go that. I should maybe consider pyroing that, but I think that's crazy, so I'm not going to. We'll grab the Sappers and Scary. It does put us low. Any order. And proliferate. So we could pyro this and set them back a little bit, because we don't have very much going on. But then we might not have anything resolve. I'm kind of telegraphing that I have it. And we'd force them to draw whatever it is they put on top as well. They do that, they mill 3 spells. No, I don't think it's worth it. All right. What did they mill? 2 islands. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm kind of glad they don't have, like, sure they could, maybe they would have drawn through the double islands. It's better than 2 spells, though, that's for sure. Next turn. Play Sappers and Scary. Pass the turn. So we do have a lot more mana here. We're still really low on card draw, though. We do have a weather. We need to hit some card draw pretty badly. I don't know if I want to use my... they still miss on Instance and Sorcery, so that's good. Another Instance and Sorcery. Now they can start doing things. Okay, they're not tapping out. Now they're tapping out. I'll just go Study Progress here. Proliferate, proliferate. We would need to hit card draw. Done. That was not card draw. I don't think I will counter on the stack their creature because I'm kind of weak to do like other stuff. Okay, yeah, I definitely went with just one of those. Great, next turn. Okay, there's Vivisurgeon's Insight. That's what we wanted to see. All right, so we'll go 5 for Vivisurgeon's Insight. We'll play the Sappers and Scary. Hopefully they don't have double... Okay, good. They don't have double interaction. We can remove the red. We can pyro their counter spell. Okay, pyro your counter spell. Draw 3, no response. Okay, so that was also good. It's something we can do on their end step. Right, and done. So we've drawn 3 cards. We have double weather, which might be able to buy us some time. Oh, I shouldn't have my auto yields on. I need to bluff like I have something. So as you can see, not a good matchup, but not like unwinnable. It's like I would say this is a better Terror matchup than Ruby Storm does. And I at one point thought that Ruby Storm had a 50-50, which so maybe not. Thanks. You do run way more interaction. Right, no response. That's fine. Let's see what they do here. If they try and like put this back on top for 2 mana, I might do something. Right, so we got to do stuff. So we're going to go red, blue, Manamorphose. So red, blue. They're considering Hydraing here. I'd love that if they did. Unless they also had a Dispel backup. Because we can't actually gain that much life this turn. Okay, so we can go red and blue. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I figured that'd be the case. This is definitely getting countered. But what can we do? Is our only card... Oh, it did not get countered. So that's good. We'll discard this Peatbog. I thought for sure that was going to get countered. Unfortunately, we need to like use up a bunch of our spells here. So now we're going to go Contentious Plan. Blue, blue. Okay. Okay. I think they might have a Hydro in hand. And that's what they're holding. Done. So I might want to use this. Okay, so I'll go Manamorphose. Green, blue. Yeah, they definitely have Hydro in hand. So I hope they counter this with one of their Hydros. That'd be good for me, because then I can Pyro their Cryptic Serpent when they tap for it. And if they have another Hydro, that's not good, but at least we get to gain some life. You have Triple Weather. We can't really cast Triple Weather right now, but we can cast Double Weather to gain us some time. Our opponent's not infected. They have seen very few actual factual counter magic. I think the answer is they've seen like none. Like, no, they saw one, didn't they? What did I? Oh yeah, there's the counter spell. It says full art, so it's hard to see. Yeah, they're pausing a long time on this. We have not seen very much. We're kind of flooding a bit here. But that's kind of par for the course. Opponent taking their time, that's fine. Pausing for a long time on what they want to do. Triple Weather not looking very good. Maybe I should have a teach by example, but again, like they're bringing in all their Hydros. They probably have a lot of Hydros. And that's probably what they were doing, bringing in more Hydros. But you know, like like Hydra's better against our post-board plan. Most of the stuff is not, most of the stuff they'd want to counter is not red. All right, we're going to go green, blue. When we hit double Pyroblast. So now I gotta think. I think I want to keep double Pyro if I want to go. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this Sandstone Needle, and I'm just going to make green. If I dead this Prism, well, I'm going to go Thirsting Roots first. Do I want? Yeah, I'll go Thirsting Roots first because it'll gain me a lot of life if I do want to cast triple Weather the Storm, which I actually think I do because I don't want to use these Pyroblasts on their Cryptic Serpent. And the reason for that is, sure, I can get rid of both their Cryptic Serpents. I probably won't. But I want to use these Pyroblasts to protect my card draw spells. I know I have none in hand, but if I'm going to win, I need to draw card draw spells. And I can probably get a decent enough life buffer here. I have all the mana I need, so I feel fine deading a Prism here. Green, blue. Is it worth getting a Prism? Yeah, it has to be. All right, I'm not going to have that much of a storm count again. And green, that's 6, so weather, weather, and weather. And that should buy me some time. Because again, I want my Pyroblast to protect my card draw spells. All right, 77 life. All right. We just need time here. How much time we're going to get, I don't know. But we have no card draw in hand. We just have these Pyroblasts. So that's that. I'm looking to hopefully hit another Vivisurgeon's Insight. I can probably get it to resolve because I do have double protection up. So that would be Opponent is pausing a long time. We haven't infected them. We've seen very little in terms of card draw. So there's that. They're also taking their time, but we have 8 minutes and 43 seconds, so it's not like, like I'm one to talk here, right? They brainstorm. And they mental note. Oh, I probably should have waited till their end step to do that. Yeah, oh well. Could have gained like 20 odd more life. Perhaps. Right, they play okay, deep analysis. We really need to hit like a Vivisurge's Insight off the top. Because like this is a lot of damage. There's an Infectious Inquiry. That's also something we needed to hit. So black and blue. Oh wait, what am I doing? Black. The top like this. I don't think I really need green for anything right now. Infectious Inquiry. Okay. Blue, blue, red, Vivisurge's Insight. Okay, here, here, here. I guess they're just holding up their counter magic to protect their dude. No, that can't be it. They're waiting until it gets closer in. So that's 6, 12, 17. We can get them a little more as well. All right, turn off auto yields. All right. $46. They brainstorm again. We're demonstrating that we have double, whatever it's called. Focus the Mind is a great draw, and everything we have in hand is an instant. So I'm just going to play this Sappers Scary and do a bunch of stuff on their end step. I wonder if we can get there. So that's 6, 12, 17, 18. So we probably get another turn after our next. Because even with 21, we should be fine. Problem is we might need to cast our Infectious Inquiries here. So yeah, there's that. We haven't seen too much out of them. But I think I would rather... I could go for it now, but I think I'd rather go for it on their turn to give myself a better opportunity. Like, let's say I draw a Vivisurge's Insight or something. They'll probably want to fight over this Focus the Mind. Okay, end step. Thing is, they probably have, like, multiple copies of... All right, there's Force Spike. I don't care about that. So, they get in. Got 26. Okay, so we'll lead on a prologue. We'll use a black here. Prologue to Phyresis. We're at 3. 6, 12, 17, 20. Okay, there's an Infectious Inquiry. Then we'll go Steady Progress. Blue. We want to resolve these leave the green floating. We want to resolve these blue, blue, red. Okay. Here, 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 and here. Done. Draw a contentious plan. We'll cast the Focus the Mind now. And if they counter that, we'll counter back with Pyroblast. And if they counter again, we won't counter. All right, Focus the Mind. Okay, actually, you know what? We're just not going to counter at all. All right, no response. Next turn. We want to prioritize our poison effects. So blue, black, Infectious Inquiry. This gets them to 5. That was a good pickup in that Pentad Prism. So, we can go red, blue. We can play our Pentad Prism. Done. We're not countering if they counter this. They also should not counter this. But it makes me winning more possible. We're going to go... we'll lead on Contentious Plan here. Here, here, here. So they're holding up everything until the very end from the looks of it. Done. Another Contentious Plan then. Contentious Plan. We'll get one more turn after this. Unless we draw another weather, in which case we'll get more than one turn. Okay. 7. Done. We could try and kill them now. I think that's the right thing to do. So we have 1, 2, 3, 7 mana. We should try and kill them now. Black. Not black. Undo. Blue. We'll go for Experimental Augury, using a red. You have 5 mana. Double protection. Okay, no response to your brainstorm. Okay, no response. Look at the top 3. Okay, Thought Scour. Did they just have nothing this whole time? No response. Now we've definitely won. Grab another Augury. Any order, proliferate and proliferate. Done. We'll go for another Experimental Augury, using the green. We'll grab a Dispel because it literally doesn't matter. Okay, any order. Then we'll go proliferate and proliferate. Done. And now we'll finish them off with our good friend Thirsting Roots. Okay, cast, proliferate, cast. We have triple protection for this. And we will Pyroblast your Force Spike. Ba-boom! Do you want to show me your Hydro? Show me your Hydro. Do it. Show me your hand full of Hydroblasts. There we go. That's funny. Okay, counter target spell if it's blue. We didn't have to do this, but, you know, we get to. GG. All right. No response. No response. Proliferate. Done. Okay, we got there. One of our, the bad matchup of the popular decks of the format. Okay, so we are now 3-0, pulling out a very close game against, what's it called? Utera. And you know what? That's one of the benefits of having like a strategy that they should bring Hydroblast in for. Because what's Hydroblast countering? It's countering Pyroblast or Manamorphose. Well, that can be very good. It can also be very bad if your hand's just full of Hydroblast, like our opponent's was apparently. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. We're getting very close to finishing this league, so that's awesome. And I will see you for match 4. Okay, how do I... Okay, 1 second. Okay, we just got paired for match 4. Hopefully we can keep the 5-0 dream alive. Up against Gazampar. Decent hand, we'll keep. I mean, we don't have anything for this Manamorphose. We have lots of mana. So we're going to play the Saps and Scary, pass the turn. I don't think... Okay, this is a good matchup. I don't think we're going to... we're just going to keep playing our land drops. I don't think there's any real need to play the Contentious plan yet. Another Saps and Scary. Maybe we should have played the Contentious plan there, but we'll see. The 3-mana refurb will discard an island. Okay, that was good. Play the swamp. And you know what? I think I will copy this Infectious Inquiry now. Yeah, I will. That'll put us to 4. We'll draw 4. So put in 3. Yeah, we'll copy the Infectious Inquiry. Just in case we miss. Infectious Inquiry. Always yield. Yield to all. 2/2. And now we'll go. Contentious plan. Proliferate. We'll discard the... maybe the Prologue? No, probably the Peepbog. And we draw another Vivisearcher's Insight. That was good. So they come in for 2. We're down to 14. We did deal ourselves 4 damage with that play. Oh, they just have the Okiba gang, eh? That's not good. That could definitely get us here. So we'll discard Peepbog and Prologue. All right, next turn, we're at something. So we'll just play this Hickory Woodlot. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vivisearcher's Insight. Proliferating here, 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 and here. And done. We'll discard the Forest and the Mountain. Okay. They hit us. We'll discard Forest, Mountain. And they'll probably play the Refurb again. We'll discard the Sappers and Scary, I suppose. Could also be the Manamorphose. But I kind of want that to gain a little more life. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I wouldn't mind playing this Scary so I can have more mana and go empty-handed. So, no, we'll just discard the Scary. We have 3 Scary on the table already. Right, they pick up their Refurb. Okay. Then we'll tap here like this, 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 and this. We have enough mana that we should be able to cast everything we want. I'm going to lead on the Manamorphose. I'm going to go green. Use the green and the blue to make green, green. Green, green. Draw a Contentious plan. That's good. So we have 9 mana. Which means I can go Vivisearcher's Insight again. Vivisearcher's Insight. Blue. Green. Blue. And I guess blue. Okay, proliferate here. We have enough to discard again to their shenanigans, so that's okay. Done. We have 4 mana. We have 5 mana if we want to cast this. Want to play this island, which I think we do because we just want to draw more cards. So we'll play the island. We'll go to 8 and then weather. So Infectious Inquiry. Black, blue, green, and weather the storm. And I think we should be able to kill them next turn. Yield to all. Okay. If they make us discard, we will discard the... they are going to make us discard with their thing. 2 more lands. Then we'll have to count some mana here. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 7. Sure, we'll discard a Contentious plan. We go Orzhov Basilica, picking up something. That was a good hit. So we're just going to go Teach by Example. Going here. I think we have enough mana to kill them. We'll find out. And we'll go blue, green for an Experimental Augury. That's definitely enough to kill them now that we have that Thirsting Root. Alright, any order? And pretty crazy that we were able to kill them, even though they had, like, I don't know how many turns with the... And we'll pick up another... This is the exact same pile as last time. Any order? Proliferate here, 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 and here. I guess a snap may... That's fine. It does not matter because we literally just have enough to kill them here. I don't know why I said literally. Alright, grab the Contentious Plan. Any order. Get them there. Done. And Thirsting Roots. Actually, Contentious Plan for the win. Okay. Done. Alright. Up one. Wave 1, game 1. This is a deck that runs a lot of discard. And the discard can't get us. Begin sideboarding. I don't think we sideboard against them. We could bring in Breath Weapon. Actually, I guess we should bring in Breath Weapon, shouldn't we? Over Snap. So we'll cut our snaps, even though it does ramp us. It's going to be nice for us to get our cards out of our hand. But Breath Weapon can deal with their Okiba Gang and their Familiars and their Glinthawks and such, so I like bringing in Breath Weapon here. And I don't want to get rid of any card draw or anything, so we'll just run it back like that. Make sure I'm filming. I am. So that's good. This is a good matchup, but it's not like we can't lose against them. We certainly could. We'll keep this. It has a lot of Sappers and Scaries. Hopefully they won't be able to go like turn 4 Okiba Gang again. Scary. To make us discard probably the Weather, I guess. They won't be able to make us discard this turn because they don't have enough artifacts. Unless they have a 1-mana artifact for white here, like a Thraben. No, even Thraben Spectre wouldn't do it. They would need 3 artifacts on the table. We're not going to cast Experimental Augury because we want to use our Teach by Example with that. We will if they discard us, though. Actually, does that make sense? Okay, so they picked up their Vault of Whispers, so they don't have discard in hand. And this also slows them down from going Refurbish Familiar. So it's looking like, what are they doing? Oh, it's the life gain one. Okay, that's fine. Oh, no, it's a card draw one. That's right. So we would like to kill that, but we don't have red mana yet. Next turn. So instead of playing this Scary, I'm just going to go Teach by Example. Use it. And then Experimental Augury. Always yield. We're looking to get a red mana here. Yield to all. I don't really want this Hickory Woodlot. It does help with Metamorphose. I think I just want... We do want a second color of mana, don't we? I'm going to take another Experimental Augury, though. It's not the one I wanted. I want black or red. Any order. Proliferate. Proliferate. Done. There we go. That's the Metamorphose, which I would have picked over this mountain. But now I'm just going to take the mountain. Right, grab the mount. Had I picked the other one. Any order. Any order. And then proliferate. Proliferate. Not the black mana that we wanted. So not picking that Hickory Woodlot meant that we couldn't pick that Metamorphose. So maybe we should have picked the Metamorphose. To make us discard, we'll just discard our thing. I just want to get this off the table because they're just gaining so much card draw here. The Raven Inspector, okay, that's 1, 2 artifacts. Pick up a thing. And there. So we're going to play our mountain because we're going to Breath Weapon them when they attack. Or at the beginning of combat, I suppose. All right, mountain. I don't really want to go Experimental Augury yet. Yeah, I don't think I'll go Experimental Augury yet. I'll wait a little bit here. Let's see what they do. Okay, we'll just Breath Weapon them. Looks like they have the Akiba Gang. We could, you know what, undo. We could have them on Akiba Gang earlier, but we're just going to Breath Weapon them now. All right. Okay, they draw a card. They play their Glinthawk, I'm assuming. Okay, there's their Glinthawk, no response. Always yield. And they pick up their Vault of Whispers. We're going to tap this. We're going to go Experimental Augury. You're looking for a way of getting black mana. Still no way of getting black mana. So we're just going to grab this Focus of Mind and probably try and draw 6 cards. Pick up the Focus of Mind, any order. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. And done. And we could go for another Experimental Augury, digging for black mana, but I want to hold that for when they're infected. So we're just going to go blue. I think we should be fine here to do this without discarding. So teach by example. Blue. And I could tap this, but then that means if I draw the Pentad Prism, I can't really cast it. So I'm just going to do this here. And we're going to draw 6 cards, and hopefully that'll get us... There we go. Finally, we drew some black mana. We'll discard the Weather the Storm. And we'll discard a Hickory Woodlot, I guess. Or, no, we'll discard a Sandstone Needle. Then we'll play a Peat Bog. And then we'll just pass the turn. If they make us discard twice here, that's not going to be good in this spot. Because we kind of want our green mana too. But because we have to discard this Hickory Woodlot, probably Hickory Woodlot plus Thirsting Roots then. Okay, so they have a Duress. We have double Infectious Inquiry. Maybe Weather the Storm's a pick, or Vivisurgeon's Insight, I guess. Maybe Weatherstorm is a pick, because I did discard one. Yeah, so you hit the Weather. We're going to go down to 12, then 10. And we're going to need to be able to kill them pretty quickly after that. All right, so they... Okay, so not 12, we're going down to 9. They hit another card draw spell. Okay, so there's a Pentad Prism. We wanted that pretty badly. So blue, black. We'll play the Pentad Prism. They might have some Artifact Destruction, but that's okay, I suppose. Now we'll go Infectious Inquiry. Up to 9. We'll go blue. And we'll go... Actually, we'll go green here, and we'll lead on a Manamorphose. Wish I had a Weather the Storm in my hand still, but I don't. Green, blue. Go green, blue. There's another swamp. We're going to go Experimental Augury. Or should I go... You know what? I won't go Experimental Augury. Instead, I'll just go Vivisurgeon's Insight. Yeah, instead I'll just go Vivisurgeon's Insight to draw 3 more cards. We have a Breath Weapon. That's nice. Maybe I want to leave Breath Weapon open for their Akiba Gang. Okay. Done. So because we want to play around Akiba Gang, yes, we'll have to dead the Prism, but no, then we dead the Prism. Green. Thirsting Roots cast. Proliferate. Proliferate them up to 3 poison here. Okay. And done. Okay. Of note, this is also a green mana. Okay. I don't really want to wipe the field yet. I'll let them draw another card. Okay, so they didn't do anything, so we are... we're not going to Breath Weapon. We'll go down to 6. They can draw a card. Hopefully they don't duress us. Maybe I'm trying to play around to keep getting too badly. Oh, so they do have Dust to Dust here. So we're going to go, I guess no, we'll go blue. Experimental Augury. Grab another Pentad Prism. Or do you want a Steady Progress? We'll grab the other Pentad Prism. Any order. Then proliferate. Proliferate. We didn't really need to proliferate on the Pentad Prism. Here and here. We're at 6 life. Done. And done. They exile their own land. We go Dawnbringer Cleric. So that means that our breath weapon no longer protects us from them going doing some things. But we're still alive. Because while they looks like they can get 6, we have the breath weapon to wipe the board. We do need to be a little careful here, though, because they get rid of one of my breath weapons. They're at 4. We can bring them to 7 with what we have in hand. All right, so we're going to go this and this, blue-black. We're going to play our Pentad Prism. Pentad Prism. We're going to tap... Oh, wrong one. Red. And, or know what, we'll use a counter from the Prism instead of using our mountain. Maybe we can leave our lands open instead. So Manamorphose, red, black. We'll go green and blue. Okay, Merchant Scroll can get us a snap. No, it can't because we don't have snap anymore. It can get us some other things, though. We won't untap that one. Tap like this. We'll go Infectious Inquiry, I believe, here. Yeah, we'll go Infectious Inquiry. 1, 2. Okay, there's a Vivisurgent's Insight. We have to remember that we need to wipe the board. So we'll play this island. And this. Like, we're going to wipe their board this turn, probably. That's 5, 6. That's 5, 7. So we would dead the Prism. So we should Thirsting Roots now. Cast. Wait, cancel. So 5, that's 2, 3, that's enough. So I guess we should do this first, then Thirsting Roots. And that'll be enough for us to Breath Weapon. So Vivisurgent's Insight, blue, red, blue, blue. Still haven't hit a Weather the Storm. They are dead next turn if we can survive, which I believe we can. We cannot afford to. We can no longer afford to cast our whatever it's called. Right, done. We can also cast. We are going to dead the Prism here because they might be able to remove it. So we can go blue this, bring this back up to 3, and then first we should go Thirsting. Actually, maybe we can just kill them this turn. Proliferate, cast. Bring them up to 7. Okay, and done. We can go white. Contentious Plan, bring them up to 8. Now we can't kill them this turn, but we can kill them next turn. Using either the Merchant Scroll or the other thing. Done. Oh, there's a Weather the Storm. That's better than Breath Weapon in this spot. So we can go just Weather, I guess. Green. And Weather the Storm. All right, so we have a lot of things. We're probably completely in the clear. I don't see them having any way out of this. We're at 25. Like, I don't think they had any wave dealing of any wave reaching for 1 more damage. So maybe it was better to do this, but they would need so much discard in order to hit our, like, 1, 2, 3 ways of killing them. They duress, and they should concede here, seeing that they're just seeing the writing on the wall. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we are now 4-0. Can we get the 5-0? You know what? I'm just going to run it back. I want to finish this league today. So this is for the biscuits. Can we get the 5-0? I hope so. I really hope so. Okay. Still recording. Everything's going well. Hopefully me not splitting these matches up is going to affect the timing, because sometimes when I record everything without taking breaks between each match, it can affect how I sync up the audio and the visual. I wanted to get this league done a little earlier. I thought Sunday would be like the latest. Today's Sunday. But like I just had this cold and didn't. My plan was to do was to play like one match in the evening before going to bed. But I was just so tired because of like working all day and then planning and then everything, and it's just I wasn't able to have the mental like acuity after all that. But I was feeling a little better yesterday, so I'm feeling a little better today too. So that's pretty awesome. I also think it's kind of funny that I was sick while playing a deck that's based around infection. Anyway, we are waiting for the final match of this league, 4-0. Hopefully we can get the 5-0. Can we get the 5-0, run it back to get the back-to-back? Well, I mean, not back-to-back. I had a 4-1 between my last 5-0 and this one. All right, where are we? Here we go. Sandstone Nettle. So very low on card draw, but we're still going to keep it because it has a lot of mana. We can go turn 2 Pentad Prison depending on what they do. We haven't seen Burn at all this league. I don't know how good or how bad Burn is as a matchup in terms of Madness Burn, because like my 5-0 league that I did have, I played 4 Burn matchups. All right, so this is a good matchup. This is the new what's it called? So I'm going to lead on the Hickory Woodlot or the Sandstone Needle. I'm going to lead on the Sandstone Needle because then I can go because I don't mind losing the Sandstone Needle. I'd rather keep the Hickory Woodlot. So they're going to play the dude that gets +1 counters, I'd imagine. But we have a Snap, which is going to be pretty good against this guy. We could set them back now. I don't really want to go Factus Inquiry now. I'd rather get my Pentad Prism down and build up my board state. So we're going to go green, blue. That was a good pickup. We're going to go Pentad Prism. Done. Then we're going to play our Sapphire's Scary. Next turn, we're looking to snap Augury Inquiry. Okay, what do? They go red, white. They're probably going to make this a 3/3 or something, I'd imagine. One more cards leaves our graveyard. Like, I don't mind snapping this even if it doesn't have +1 counters on it. It just gets it off the board. But I might wait a little bit. Yeah, I guess I will wait. So we're going to... Because I can... Let me think. So I could play this... I want to play this Hickory Woodlot. I want to build my mana up. I'm wondering if I should wait even longer. They don't run any discard or anything, so I think I will just Infectious Inquiry them, then use my Manamorphose to filter for blue. So Infectious Inquiry. Yeah, Infectious Inquiry. There we go. We have double snap now. I don't think they have any way of killing us next turn. Ooh, they can have it gain hexproof. Good thing I didn't go for the snap. Lauren's Escape. Alright, so now that thing is going to be a 4/4. We're going to attempt to snap it back to their hand next turn. I really like how this new set gave everyone a bunch of mid-range cards to play with. Like, I mean... Do I like it as much as just because like I'm a Poison Storm player? No, I think like Pauper really needed some like actually interesting and cool mid-range decks. That was a very good pickup. So we don't actually need to play the Manamorphose, but I'm going to anyway. I'm going to play this Mountain. I'm going to go this, Pentad Prism. I'm going to go, done. Not lead on it because I want to, I guess I can still lead on this. There's actually no real reason for me to Metamorphose first now because I won't be able to hit another. All right, so do I want the Teach by Example or the Experimental Augury? I think the answer is Experimental Augury. So we'll take the Experimental Augury, Any order. Proliferate here, here. We're going to probably snap back both of their creatures. Maybe not the sneaky snacker, but I imagine they have just a ton of stuff to discard anyway. Okay, and done. Then we're going to go with some Manamorphose here. Manamorphose, we're going to go red, blue, and we're going to go green, blue, and Manamorphose, green, blue to green, blue, green, blue. Then we're going to go Experimental Augury. Take that, weather the storm because we need it. Any order, proliferate here, 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 and here, and then done. Then we'll go another Experimental Augury. We'll take the teach by example. I'm not going to teach our, oh, maybe I should. So the part of the problem, yeah, I will still teach my study progress. Not the best thing to teach, but I mean, it's better than like waiting to hit like a Vivisurger's Insight or something like that, I think. All right, done. We're going to go blue and white. Snap back this thing. I guess I won't snap back their sneaky snacker, actually. We're going to go teach by example. Unfortunate that we have to use it on a steady progress, but it's better than like, you know, whiffing on lands and whiffing over and over again. We need to dig through it. So steady progress. Yield to all. Proliferate, 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 proliferate. Done. Draw a card. We hit a contentious plan. That was good. Proliferate, 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 proliferate. And done. And there was a Vivisurger's Insight. So we would have hit a Vivisurger's Insight anyway. And I guess we'll just go blue, blue, and blue for Vivisurger's Insight. Drawing 3 cards, proliferating here and here. And I'm not going to do our lands. Done. Looks like our opponent's conceding. Yeah, our opponent's conceding. They didn't see the weather. They did see the snap. Okay, so begin sideboarding. We're up 1 game for this 5-0 league. I don't think I will. This is we'll bring in our Hydroblasts because that kills their dude, but they're almost definitely bringing in Pyroblasts. I like Snap as well. I like Weather. I don't like going down too low on card draw. I will cut a couple steady progress here and 1 teach by example. Should I cut a Snap? I don't know. They're a creature deck with things with +1 counters on it. I like Snap, but I also like not running out of like, you know, things to do, but I'll run it back. Maybe I'm being a little too defensive by leaving these Snaps in. We still have a decent amount of like card draw. We still have a good amount of proliferation. We should be fine here. Yeah, we'll keep this because we can because we have lands, we have a Prism. They might be able to blow up our Prism, but we can go Thirsting Roots, grab Island, then Prism, proliferate. I don't know how much I like that though. Like, okay, we have 2 Prism. I'm happy to see that, but it exposes us to dust really badly. Okay, they go Faithless Looting. They'll discard some things for the graveyard. I guess I will lead. Tireless Tribe. Uh-oh. All right, so we drew the mountain. So we do have a weather as well. So if they do try to tribe us, we might be able to gain more life than they can. In fact, should we just weather now? Because we're about to cast a decent number of spells here. Green, Thirsting Roots cast, proliferate. Because we could cast a weather now, but I don't really want to. And they only have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, we're not going to. If they do the thing, we can probably gain some life, enough life to survive. If they go for Dust to Dust, we can go Manamorphose into Focus the Mind. Because this doesn't really... the Tireless Tribe they have can't really beat a very large enough weather, I think. Although this is a problem for us. I forgot that they run Tireless Tribe. I've faced this deck before and I won. I'm hoping I can like run back the same this time. I'm pretty happy that there's a sweet mid-range that like I'm repeating myself, but I really like that Secrets of Strixhaven has made another viable mid-range archetype. Not just because I like playing decks that are good against mid-range, but because I think it's just better for the health of the format to have like you know, more mid-range decks that aren't just mid-range control. Like they just run like good things like Affinity and Wildfire. Decks that actually have like sweet synergies in them, like this one. Like those are really fun mid-range decks. Well, I used to enjoy playing decks like that, but not so much anymore. But maybe I'll enjoy them again some other day. So they can go Tireless Tribe. We'll gain however much life, hopefully enough, because we can only gain probably 9 life, but it should be enough, I think. I didn't really count because they would do that. That put them to 4 cards in hand, and then 4 times 4 is only like 16, so it's not even enough to kill me, and they'd have like no cards in hand. Okay, so they're going for it. Yield to all. I'm pretty sure 6 times 4 is still not enough to kill me. So let's see how much they discard here. Okay, declare attackers. We'll always yield. So it's 5, 9, so that's now a 21. So we'll go blue, green, Manamorphose, green, blue, green, blue. Do we hit a snap? No, but we do hit an Experimental Augury. Experimental Augury. Grab the Vivisurge's Insight. Any order. This gives us a little more life here. Okay, done. Then we can go green, white, weather, gaining 12 life. They discard their Pyroblast, but it's a 7. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to go Thirsting Roots, cast, and we will search our library for a basic land card because we can then play the island. No, that's stupid. Proliferate. Cast. Island's not even a really good land to get anyway. And they don't have any artifact destruction. Done. So now we have 2. So we can go blue and just cast Focus the Mind here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Focus the Mind. We'll discard. I actually really like Thirsting Roots here, but it doesn't draw a card, so we'll discard the Thirsting Roots. Now, I think we are dead to them top decking a another, what's it called? Oh, remember, I thought they had another Inside Out. All right. And we're actually still kind of low. So we'll need to hit some way of surviving here. And they have a mountain, so they might be able to stop us from doing things. Which is why that okay, so that was good, which is why that Pentad Prism may have been, sorry, that Thirsting Roots may have been better than a Contentious Plan here, because if they counter this Contentious Plan, we could be in trouble. Yeah. So now they get another turn here. Okay, yield to all. We're not going to dead a Prism. We'll just pass back. They are stuffing us here. We're going down to 5. Infectious Increase put us down to 3. They discard Sneaky Snacker. And they get back Sneaky Snacker. So we can no longer cast this Infectious Plan until we get a Weather the Storm. Okay, there we go. Like, Thirsting Roots would have been a little better there, but then we would be almost dead. Like, we are very close to being dead here. We need to hit another Weather. So we're going to go Contentious Plan, which ramps us. Here, 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 and here. Done. Yeah, we cannot afford to cast our Vivisurgeon's Insight. I will play this Hickory Woodlot, and then I'll just go blue, 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 Vivisurgeon's Insight. Okay, we have a Hydroblast, and we hit the Weather. Problem is, we only have 2 spells right now. And we're going down to 2, so we would need to go like... So we would need to go like... we could gain 9 life here, yes. We could do that. But I want to be able to gain more life. And is 9, although that's more than me going like hold priority, green black, hold priority, green black weather. I don't want to use weather yet. I'll go down to 2. I have Hydroblast open to counter, and maybe they'll play a bunch of spells too. That's possible. It's also possible that they have dusted us, and that would dispose. That's funny. Okay, so we'll go blue, Hydro, cast, counter target spell if it's red. They did have the Inside Out. Do you have... Okay. No response. No response. I could still weather here, gain 9, which I think I'm probably kind of forced into doing. No, I'm not, because I need my... I don't want to dead my prisms yet. But if I don't draw anything, then I'm in trouble. So that would put me... So if I go green, black, hold priority, weather, gain 6... Go up to 8, lose 2, down to 6. Is that better than getting 9 now, going to 11, deading a prism? Yeah, I don't want to dead a prism. We'll risk it for the biscuit. All right, no biscuits to be had today. So hold priority. Black. Infectious Inquiry. And weather the storm. All right, yield to all. No response. There's a snap, which is good. That protects us. And we also hit another proliferator, which I'm going to go for now. I'm going to play this instead, though. Okay, blue. Augury. Okay, good. They did not have the weather. I don't really want another snap, so I'm going to take this Manamorphose. We were so close to getting a bunch of life this turn. We were just like a little short shy on the card draw. We're going to go down to 1 here. All right, done when we cast our Infectious Inquiry next turn. Because we're going down to 3. So should I snap back there? I mean, if I was going to snap it back, I should have snapped it back before. One 5, 1 something. Thrilling Discovery, eh? No response. No response. No response. I wonder if they run burn. I don't think they do. What's this? Topping 1 red for a Faithless Looting. No response. And the question is, do I snap back this Sneaky Snacker to buy myself more time? I think I probably should, actually. This will put me down to 5. Sure, so blue, white, snapback or snacker. Untap and tap. And untap. Down to 5. You have another snap. All right, so we're going to Manamorphose. We're going to go black, blue. Black, blue. All right, should have, whatever. We'll tap this. Thirsting Roots, blue, this, that. Draw 2 more. We have the Vivisurgeon's Insight, but I really don't want to play that into a Pyroblast, but I'm feeling kind of like I have to. Green, blue, blue, and then blue. We'll go for it, but like this is probably getting a Pyroblasted. It's not awesome. So proliferate here, 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 and here. And I think I'm just going to snap back that dude, because this means that I can go down to 1 life with my Infectious Inquiry. Snap this back. Then untap, untap. Now I can go Focus the Mind. No, not Focus the Mind. We'll take away 1 black here. Black, blue, green. Go down to 1. There's a Thirsting Root, so that was a good draw. Pentad Prism. We really want to hit another weather here, but like the odds of that happening are not the best. Then we'll go green, cast, proliferate. They're really making us sweat here, actually. We were close to being dead again. Okay, done. Then we'll go blue, white, and white. Focus the Mind. Discard here. Now we can go blue and white. Experimental Augury. We hit a Hydroblast, so we are in trouble times. We're dead if we whiff next turn. Take the Hydroblast. Any order. Here, we need to hold this Hydroblast to protect our potential card draw. But again, we whiffed. We're dead. We're dead. Not this. We have 1 more draw step. Is what I'm trying to say. Our weathers are a little too anemic for us to get like that far ahead of them. Yield to all. And the Infectious Inquiry doesn't do it, so we can't hit any more Infectious Inquiries. Right, yield to all. So there might be a game 3 here, which I don't like. We really want to hit a Vivisurgeon's Insight. Please, Vivisurgeon's Insight, don't make me play another one. I really want this 5-0. Merchant Scroll, so we're still in it. All right, so blue, green, Merchant Scroll. Let's grab an Augury if we have any left. We have 1 left. So don't misclick. Grab this Augury. Experimental Augury. Well, the weather keeps us alive. So does the snap. So we can gain some life with weather. We can destroy that, but I'd rather hold it for this. We cannot pick this Infectious Inquiry because it will kill us. So we have to take this weather. Great, grab weather. Any order. Proliferate here, 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 here. We're holding this Hydroblast because we need to protect our other things. So we'll gain 9 life here, which should hopefully be enough to keep us alive. It should be. No, how many things do they have in their graveyard here? 1. Yeah, it should be enough to keep us alive. All right, always yield. Oh, I should have just Hydroblasted that thing. I'm probably going to be forced to Hydroblast it anyway. I'm just like really concerned about them having a Pyro in their hand and getting us that way. Because like, there's Tireless Tribe. Okay, what do they discard? They discard that. They discard that. Yeah, so it's looking like we should have hydroed to gain a little more life. We'll see. How big is this thing going to get? To go inside out, yield to all. Right now it's only getting like 3 more counters on it. Yield to all. Always yield. Always yield. So it is a 6/6 right now. We could try and kill it. But again, I want to save this for a Pyroblast. I don't want to use it on... like, they've been drawing cards here. I imagine they have a decent amount of, like, Red Blast effects. If they put us to 4, we can Hydroblast later. Okay, combat damage down to 4. Next turn, please be something good. Damn it. So now we're forced to Pyro this thing. Yeah, Pyro. I really didn't want to go to game 3 here. Hydroblast, cast. This thing. All right, that. So we're still not out of it yet. We maybe should have done that in response to our before weathering next turn to have a little more life. But again, I'm just like, I'm playing around them having Pyro a little bit. They didn't have it, but yeah, we've seen a bunch of inside outside of them as well. There's the escape tunnel. They go 4 for something. And this will put us down to 3. So we can cast our Infectious Inquiries now, but we just draw another land. So we flooded out, unfortunately. Had we done the other play of Hydra into Weather, we could have had more time, but again, I was just banking on drawing something. And we didn't. Draw a card. Yeah, oh well. Begin sideboarding. I still like our matchup here. They do have Tireless Tribe combo. I don't want to bring a Moment's Peace for it. I don't think that's right. We have Hydroblast to protect against that. We have Snap to protect against that, and Weather to protect against that. We just have to hope that we, don't flood out like we did there. And part of the problem with that was we didn't have them infected quite early enough to do things. So please let me get this 5-0. Make me sweat here. Right, we'll keep this. It has Snap, Pentad Prism, Weather, Metamorphose. Short on card draw again, but like we should be able to draw into card draw. We run a lot. We're gonna go turn 2 Pentad Prism here. We could wait to do it and sort of like do a weather thing, but I don't want to. I just want to ramp out. So Metamorphose. Green, blue, Pentad Prism. Done. If they go Tireless Tribe, we'll might snap it back. We'll see. Okay, they do the other thing. No, they're gonna... what are they doing here? Okay, Faithless Looting, no response. So they're trying to find their Tireless Tribe. I don't think I do snap it back. I think I wait to snap it back in response to their spell. Right, so they just put some creature cards in their graveyard. I would have liked being able to cast that this turn before they can Hydroblast it, but, we don't always get what we want. All right, done. That's another snap. We're just going to go for a Focus the Mind here. We'll discard this island. We'll play this Sapper's Scary. And we'll pass the turn. Oh, they just want to scry one? They made me panic here. I'm like, what is this 1 white instant destroy artifact removal? But as far as I know, those are all sorceries. All right, so we will yield to all to this. It's going pretty well so far. we're kind of, no, we can go Contentious Plan rather than Thirsting Roots. We have a decent weather. We have something to snap back now. Although this is not the best thing to snap back. They might have, they do have Pyro up now though, unfortunately. So we might need to be a little more patient here because I don't want to play this into Pyro. We have double weather. But it's looking like they have, okay, so we'll lead on Contentious Plan because that's what we were going to do anyway. Maybe they Pyro this. All right, done, draw. We cannot afford to lose this, Vivisurgeon's Insight to a Pyroblast. It's our only card draw. We have to have it resolve. So we need to hit either a Hydro or a Teach by example and hope that they tap out. So they play that dude. You might be able to get them on their snaps. All right, yield to all. Like what I'm trying to say is you might be able to get them to counter our snaps. Declare attackers. They still have one red open. We really want to hit a Hydroblast or a Teach by example to protect our Vivisurgeon's Insight. If you go down to 7, why is this last one so hard? Okay, so now we have a second one. Can we cast 2 in one turn? Probably. So now that we have a second one, that makes me more inclined to risk losing 1 to a Pyroblast. Yeah, that's what we'll do, because I don't like waiting around here. I want to keep doing things. So we'll play this. And we'll snap and then proliferate. If they counter the snap, we can still snap something else to cast our Vivisurgeon's Insight. Snap that back. Oh, they have the protection? We'll try snapping it again. We'll have to dead a Prism if they go Pyroblast here. There is a red Elemental Blast. I'm glad they used that on the snap. Response. Okay, no response. So now I can go green, Thirsting Roots cast, proliferate. The problem is we probably aren't going to be able to weather now because we need to dead a Prism to Vivisurgeon's Insight. Oh, no, we can still weather. That's because of the proliferate. So blue. No, we would still have to dead a Prism to do it, but we have to dead a Prism here because we just need this Vivisurgeon's Insight to resolve. That was good. This, and this. I don't mind doing that here because we can gain some more life with our weathers next turn. We'll go down to 14 here, maybe more, depending on what happens. We're in a bit of trouble because we have not seen our initial effect source, but we did manage to get them to use a Pyroblast on a snap. Yield to all. Maybe we should have waited. Okay, good. They're tapping out. Yield to all. We're going to gain a bunch of life next turn, hopefully. We only have the 1 Prism now, but that's fine. All right, yield to all. All right, that dude's getting big. Yield to all. We have Hydros for him, so I'm not like... That's one of the reasons why I wasn't overly concerned about some things. We're going to get through for 7. Declare attackers, but we're going to gain... We might be able to double weather next turn and gain a bunch of life. All right, so we're going to lead probably on the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Nice, we hit another Pentad Prism. So black, green, Pentad Prism, green, black, done. Blue, Vivisurgeon's Insight, blue, black, green. I guess I should have left the green floating, doesn't really matter. We still don't hit our infection. We need to... Done. I want to leave this Hydroblast because we need to gain some life this turn. So we have 6 mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can go for another blue. I'm not going to play my Sandstone Needle because I might want to get a... because I might actually want an untap land here. Yeah, I might want an untap land here. So Vivisurgeon's Insight. Draw 3 more. I'm still missing our initial Infect Source. We are going to gain a decent amount of life, but holy, I want to infect the source so badly. Then we're going to go blue and white. And come on. Experimental Augury, digging for an infection source. That Merchant Scroll gets us an initial Infect Source. All right, any order. Proliferate, proliferate. Here, 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 here. And done. We're at 4 here. We will just weather to gain some amount of life here. I want to save this Hydroblast to protect my spells. I don't think they can make that thing so large that it would kill me. If they have a Teamer Battle Rage, perhaps they could. But they would need to like make it bigger and have Teamer Battle Rage. Right, yield to all. Man, this has been a battle for the last one. I'm at 6 minutes and 24 seconds on clock. Right, there's a Tireless Tribe. So we are a little concerned about that, but we do have the Hydroblast. Maybe we can do it in 1 turn, but probably not. All right. We also have the weather. All right, next turn. And there's the Infectious Increase. So now we don't need to use Merchant Scroll to get... we can get something better with Merchant Scroll now. Thing is, should we get the better thing now or later? So we'll just start with the Infectious Inquiry. Blue, and we'll use this black too. Then we'll go Thirsting Roots, cast, and we'll proliferate so we can use our Pentad Prisms. Though I suppose I should have waited just in case I was going to draw my last Pentad Prism. And we might just be able to kill them here. All right, so here, 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 here. I'm going to wait to use my Merchant Scroll because I have something I'd like to copy with it already. Which is I have 2 copies of Experimental Augury is what I'm trying to say. So I can use one to copy another. So Experimental Augury. Yeah, I guess I'll take the last Pentad Prism then. It gives me more mana. I don't really... If I could take this second Weather to try and play around them doing more things, but I think I like this more. Take the Pentad Prism. Any order, proliferate here. This makes it more possible that we can just kill them this turn and not have to, dirtle around any longer. Because our poor clock. All right, then green. Play the Pentad Prism. Green, blue. Done. 4. Then we'll go green. Thirsting Roots, cast. Proliferate, cast. Here, 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 and we'll go here, and then done. Then we can go, I guess, Contentious Plan here. Proliferate here. Okay, so they are at 5 Infect, done. Our clock is getting pretty low. Right, so now we can actually snap back this Tireless Tribe. Right, so snap back the Tireless Tribe. Right, they're going to go for a Pyroblast. We will counter back. All right, blue, Hydro, counter target spell if it's red. Okay, no response. Untap, untap. Now we can go blue this Merchant Scroll for a Teach by example. Grab the teach by example. We can go blue, teach by example, blue and blue, and then blue, experimental augury, always yield, then yield to all. Take a prologue to Phyresis, any order, 6 poison. Okay, and then done. Man, I'm really missing here. We'll take a Hydroblast to protect our spells in case we have another Pyroblast. Here. I mean, I know I've cast a lot of stuff here just to, like, stay alive, so maybe, like, my Vivisurge's Insights and such. Right. Prologue them to H, and we miss again. Not good. And then let's go green, white, weather, F6. So now we have a decent life buffer. We are looking for things. 3 minutes on clock. We still have 3 Infectious Inquiry in the deck. We've seen 3 Vivisurge's Insight. And we still have one. So basically our best bet right now are our other things. I'm not going to try and kill this again. I need this Hydroblast to protect my card draw. That thing is getting big though. It makes you want to kill it. But again, like we just need the protection here. Really badly. Yes, this means we don't have that much time because we're swinging for 14 here. But like, what are our options here? If they have Pyroblast and we draw like a blue spell and they counter it, like we're in huge trouble. They're at 8 Infect. We're so close. So close. We can almost taste it. Looks like they're tapping out here. Right, turn off auto yields. Always yield. Okay, 6. That's 14. I think I'm fine with that. I want this to protect. Okay. And then they... What the hell was that? Turn off auto yields. Is that a fling? Man, and I was F6 for it. All right, so blue. So that F6 might cost me here. Destroy target permanent red. That. Okay, play the Hickory Woodlot. And I was F6 for it. Man, that feels bad. All right, so I'm going down to 5 now. Okay, so they're casting that with flashback. Undo. We'll just F6. We might lose here because of that, because of our F6ing. That feels really bad. Okay, so... But we're at like 2 minutes here. We're at 7 life, which means that our like other things aren't that great anymore. We just really need to hit some card draw. Like we've already seen so much though, but like they weren't infected early. We're at 22 cards in library. They're at 8 infect. We're going down to 5. Next hit will put us down to 3. This is a problem. Right, turn off auto yields. Right, Thrilling Discovery. Because now we don't have the life buffer for our, what's it called? I should have not F6'd and countered that fling. Wouldn't be in this situation here. We'd have tons of time. Okay, thank goodness. Hopefully we get there now. All right, so black, green, down to 3. And we got there. Oh my, that was a sweat and a half. Didn't have to be that bad, but it was. Whew, we got the 5-0. Awesome. I'm glad I caught that live. Okay, so wow, what a way to end the league. What a way to end. A nail biter. But yeah, like I was saying, I think Poison Storm is really well positioned in the current meta. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna do the intro at the like now-ish because I want to like record this. I want to get this thing like uploaded or whatever. So I'm pretty happy with how this deck went. I guess I can do a little bit of an outro here. Let me see here. View our previous deck. So the theory that we had, which I haven't actually like talked about, is that we were trying to view your previous deck. There we go. We are trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Maximize chaining. So that's why we're not running Lowering Revealed. That's why we're not running Everflowing Chalice. By having a lower curve and not running cards that are like, wow, good for like filling your hand, are not, if you draw them in the midst of chaining, they're not very good at continuing the chain. Now, to be fair, our 3-drops don't do that so well either, unless there's a Pentad Prism Play with Steady Progress. But they do it a lot better than a 5-drop or a 4-drop. So, yeah. I think we saw that today multiple times. I didn't really point it out, but I guess I should have. Because this, for Focus the Mind, you can kind of look at as, oh, this could be Lorien Revealed, or something like that. And so we saw it a lot, where this costing 3 allowed us to continue chaining and win the game, whereas it costing 3 and 2 blue would have meant that we would have had to stop and pass the turn. So yeah, it looks like it's working pretty well. Teach by example's been, working as planned. Sometimes you have to like copy a cantrip, but hey, I mean, whatever. Like, I mean, a lot of lists run for steady progress. There's nothing wrong with a 2-mana steady progress. In fact, that's kind of better. Didn't get to see the shred memory package yet, but that's why it's only a one of and a one of, because those decks they're not played very often. Yeah, so sideboarding seems to be good. Was not missing the dispels, at least for that league. Anyway, that about sums it up. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you for the next one.